Hello, traders, and welcome to PL Capital's weekly market review. Today is Saturday, February 25th, and I'm going to look at a whole bunch of different markets. So, without further ado, let's get going. All right, going to look at the economic weekly calendar. Got some couple big items. We got first just a whole bunch of FOMC members going to be talking. So, you never know, that could always introduce some volatility in the markets based on what they say, but shouldn't be anything that we don't already know. But the big items will be on Tuesday. You got consumer confidence. Wednesday is manufacturing PMI, and Friday is services PMI. So those will definitely add some volatility on those days. So be ready for that. All right, let's get looking at the charts here. So looking at the U.S. dollar index, so it's definitely looking like we've got a diagonal that they're creating here, because I see, three ways up here for one, three ways down here for two, and then all of this looks to me like a diagonal. Got a bunch, and I can't tell. There still might be one more little push up here, but this is going to be, needing a pullback here, little three-wave correction, and then more up. So I got this as one, this will be two, and now they're in the process of creating three, so this will be the first part, correct, and then go up, and that'll give you three. So definitely looking like this 105.63 is going to be taken out, and then that'll definitely confirm that we've got our five ways down, and then we're getting our bigger correction here. So expect, at some point here we need a pullback, not too big, and then more up, because we got to go up, finish three, come back down for four, and then go back up for five. That's what I see there. Euro. So Euro, I got this as they created this expanding flat here in the middle, and then this is all an ending diagonal, and I think it's got to come down one more time to break that low that they created on Friday. Probably just a little bit below that, and then this will probably be like your A wave, then they'll come up three ways for a B, and then they'll come down for C, and then we'll be heading back up. That's what I see there. On the pound, yeah, the pound is making a leading diagonal, so I got this labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this whole move here is a diagonal, so it's going to be a leading diagonal. And I think they got to come down one more time, break that low that they set Friday. And, whether they take out the low of the third, the three, it, doesn't matter. But, and then you're going to get a correction and then come back down. And then that'll be your fifth wave. And then this will all be just the A, and then you get a bigger correction. Could even come up higher, and then they're going to come back down one more time. So that'll be all A, go up for B, and then come down for C. And the S&P. All right, so the S&P is at this critical area here. So they tapped into it already. Because I think if this doesn't hold, if they push any further, then and I think the top is in, because there's a possibility that this whole thing could be making a running flat here. So that's why this area has to hold, though. But if we zoom in here, I think what they're doing, they're making a running flat right here. So, late Friday, they pushed it down hard, and then they pushed it really hard up. See that big green area candle? So I think what they're going to do is they're going to come up, break that high that they set on Friday, so 39.84, break that, but then they're going to reverse, take out the low one more time, and then you're going to need either a bounce or total upside, because if we zoom back out, I still see this as a, come on, A's down there, B, and then this is all a diagonal, ending diagonal. So when they come back down here, that'll finish off this diagonal. So that'd be ABC. And then, either it's just going to correct a little bit, so come down to here, correct up to here, and then come back down again, and then we got a leading diagonal, and then, yeah, the top is definitely in. Or, this is going to come up and take out that top. So I think you got to let this little area down here play out. It's going to go up, it's going to come back down, and then it's going to, you're going to need a correction because this is a diagonal. So you're going to need a correction. And then that correction will tell us, well, it's either going to be a correction or it's going to be the start of coming all the way up. But you're going to need a bounce up, definitely be playable. And then that'll tell us, is this all done and we're going up, or, we'll know the levels as when this comes down here. We'll know the key levels to be watching of, if it's just going to be a correction for more down, or you need to break through some level to confirm that you're going up. So let this little area play out first. Nasdaq, yep, same thing. I still see that this wave down isn't complete, so I think it's got to come up, but then it's got to come back down and break that low one more time. And how low they go, I don't know, but I think they got to take it out one more time. And then this is done, but then, is it going to come all the way up, or are you just going to get a little correction maybe up into here? So that'll be, this wave here will tell us all that. Oil. All right, so strong move Friday afternoon. So there's one of two things. Either I've got it labeled 1, 2, 3, and that's possibly 4, but that's such a strong move that I'm almost wondering if this whole move down is the leading diagonal, and now they're going to give a bigger correction. So, but they started to push, just in that last hour or two on Friday. So if that is the top, because you do have 3 waves, 1, 2, and then straight up, boom, 3. So that could be 4, and then they're going to come down for 5. So one of two things has to happen. So if they push up more into this area, so like, was that 77 up to 78-ish? They push up into here, then this was the leading diagonal down, and now you're going to have like a 3-wave correction, and then go all the way down to break the low. So just a matter of, I still see downside. It's just a matter of, is this going to be the correction for this whole thing, or are we still finishing off this leading diagonal, and then you get a correction? So, I'd wait and just see, because if it pushes up, then you can play for a sell from all the way up in here, but we don't know yet. Natural gas, wrong one, here we go. All right, so strong move on Friday. Now I do see this as this whole move here is a diagonal. So, you got 1, 2, and then this will be ending diagonal. Now they still might go up a little bit more, but it's an ending diagonal. So one or two things are in place. So this is either 1, 2, 3, and that's 1, and then they're going to come down in 3 ways for 2, and then if they take out that high again, then that this is the start of a leading diagonal, and and we're going up, and we're definitely going to take out this 2734. So this is now the April contract. So on Friday the previous contract rolled over. Now we're on to the April contract, so now we got a new number here. So 2734 is that key level. They got to take that out to confirm the downside is done. And but I'm still just not convinced. So we got three waves, so that could be just a correction, and then they're going to come down in three waves again. So it's too hard to tell right now, but I'm I'm not convinced that we're ready for the bull run, and that's based on if I look at a couple of things here. So let me pull this up here. This is the U.S. rig count. So it shows oil and gas rigs. And one interesting thing that we had happen on February 10th was we had this -8 in weekly rig count. So the previous week they had 158 rigs, went down to 150. And this -8, that was the biggest weekly drop in gas rigs since the fall of 2017. So that's very bullish for natural gas. Obviously the less rigs you have, the less gas you can produce. But then, last week they added one, and then on Friday they still remain the same. So we're still at 151. So, it would have been nice to kind of like see them, reducing more rigs just because, obviously they're seeing the gas price drop, so no reason to be producing a lot of, at some point it's not worth it to keep producing gas if it's not, the price isn't high enough. Then the other thing that I'm looking at is this is the underground storage. So it shows a 5-year average. So the blue line is where we're currently at in storage. The dark gray line is the 5-year average. And then the shaded area just shows the min and max of the 5-year range. So, all of last year, the blue line was well below the average and hovering very close to the very minimum of the 5-year average. So, that's obviously very bullish. And then late in the years where we finally tapped into the 5-year average, and now the last couple weeks, and then, especially Friday, we've gotten way above the 5-year average, and now we're right on top of the 5-year range even. So, there's just too much gas in storage. So that's why when I look at this and I look at the rig count, I don't think that natural gas is done. And I still see this. This is either one of two things. I thought this is 3 waves here, and then you got 3 waves here, and then you had this strong move. It could be that this was an impulse correction and down. So this could be 1, 2, 3, and that's why I think this is 1, 2, 3, and I still think that they're going to come down for another turn. So I wouldn't be too bullish, but if they can or if they can give a correction and then break that high, then I'm going to change my bias, and because now you got the start of a leading diagonal, and then I think that for sure this 2.7 will get taken out. But so obviously watch Sunday and into Monday. I mean, what happens is it kind of just hovering up here, looks like more correction, then I think we're ready to take off here. But I think they're going to open up Sunday and then Monday and really start to push it down. So Sunday, Monday, that should tell us what the next move is on natural gas. And I'm going to look quickly at gold. So gold has had this massive, just straight down, and so I think there's just a little bit more down. I think if I count the raise weight, it needs one more just little push. But this is such a big move down that it's nearing complete. So you can get ready if you want to get ready, because there has to be a bounce. There has to be some type of correction for this straight down move. So that'll be, you can play for that, but then it'll resume after that correction and come back down. All right, so that's all I've got. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Good luck, and I will see you during the week. Bye.